Hey everybody, welcome to the Prime 4 podcast. My name is Bryce.
Ross.
Alex.
And today, as you can see, Chris isn't with us. He's got some scheduling issues, so he may take a break. So we're going to have a more video game centered podcast like we did last time. Hopefully the 10 viewers that watched it enjoyed it. But so let's start it off with Fallout 76. That's a lot of hubbub about that.
Trending. I think they're in they're doing a stress test now for their servers. I don't know. For people that are in the beta.
Did you guys watch gameplay trailers?
See,
and everything?
I didn't personally, but I've heard from people about it.
I've only seen the E3 gameplay that they showcased. I haven't really looked into it. I know Joey's looking into it, but
I watched some of the people who got invited to test it or whatever.
Okay.
They got gameplay. This is for like a beta or whatever that they had.
Yep.
And I was watching it, and I love Fallout, but it did, like, it is the beta, but it's like, what are they going to add to make it better? Because right now...
They might have it pretty bare bones for this.
So is it like Sea of Thieves where they released the game before it was actually finished?
That's what I'm thinking, because apparently this is what the game is going to be, according to Bethesda. Because it's like, there's no... So all your questing... is done off of like tapes, and like the only NPCs are like enemies in there, which are like ghouls. Your Robotrons.
I heard there were like dudes that are supposed to be like what was before ghouls or something, is what I heard.
Proto ghouls or some shit.
No, they had some weird.
I'm sure they need to have something new, but right now there's no like actual NPCs that talk to you.
Okay. Yeah.
All your questing is done off like notes and tapes that you find. I think like audio tapes,
kind of like on like Ark and stuff like that with those tapes.
Yeah, like there's no like I don't know how I feel about that. Like
I heard the one thing I heard that was kind of weird was you can't talk to enemy players, only with emotes.
That would suck.
It'll be organic, that's for sure, because
you can only talk to people that are in your group, pretty much.
Okay, well, let's talk about games where that has been a detriment to that game.
Overwatch, because you can't talk shit to the other team.
I got some. Hearthstone.
Yes,
Magic the Gathering Arena.
Actually, Hearthstone.
I want to be able to literally
example.
tell the guy I messed up or I'm getting mana screwed.
I
want to be able to do that.
I really want to
tell the guy you're getting lucky.
Yeah, I want to be able to say you're getting lucky as shit.
Ross is like,
top decking that murder or something.
Ross is like, I just want the pay to win emote for Hearthstone.
Yeah, just
as soon as he drops a legendary, you're like, fucking play to win, bitch. Like, you stupid bitch.
Pay to win, bitch.
Throwing thousands of dollars on virtual cardboard, like you pay to win, bitch.
Yeah, virtual cardboard.
And then he said, from what I was told from the person that I know who will watch it, he said that when you kill someone, you can't loot their body.
Like another player?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I can see that they're trying to make it so you don't just kill people for gear.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which I guess is good in my opinion, but...
I heard how they're stopping that is they're having like a block system where you can block other players, and I guess you won't be put into like the same server as them maybe.
That's pretty cool.
But
they also have the bounty system or whatever that they're having, where if you kill players with no reason, you get like a bounty.
Yeah.
And then people, if they kill you, they get to claim that bounty and things like that. So it's,
I like that aspect. That's like the DayZ aspect that they had, like that great idea where you know when you do bad shit, you turn more and more into a bandit, and people know visually like this guy's an asshole.
This guy has a motorcycle helmet, or he's wearing the Payday 2 mask.
Yeah, this guy's got a bandana. Fuck this guy.
Oh shit.
But when he was playing, I don't remember the YouTuber. I want to give him credit, but I'm not going to because I don't remember.
It wasn't Donkey.
No, it wasn't Donkey. But when he was playing, he said that the PvP is also crap in the fact that you can be griefed like super hard.
Oh yeah.
Because when
in 76 or
when you kill another player, they spawn like within eyesight of you. And
really?
he said so. It's like Sea of Thieves, like that.
Maybe they'll
Yeah,
fix that at some point.
That's something they'll need to look at. But he said right now it's like if you kill another player or you're near another player, they kill you and you want nothing to do with them, they could still just see you and continue to grief you while you're trying to do your own shit.
Did you hear what they did with like the whole VATS setup system?
I saw him shoot some VATS, but I don't remember. Like
when you do VATS, it shows like your percentage of hitting, like accuracy and stuff like that, and different things.
Yep.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. I mean,
I
heard it's really fucking hard to hit people with guns. So,
in the video, he was like snap shooting, like just like twitching to try to hit someone because it was so, like the characters weren't as fluid moving.
Just gotta get that old shish kebab, dude. Just butter their bread, dude.
He said everyone's gonna probably melee, and then it'll be just sad.
Hey man,
I mean, if that's what you gotta do, that's what you gotta do. But
or if you got shotguns, maybe
once the meta becomes all melee, though, then you can probably
then there'll be some then there'll be some guy that just has shotties and just destroys people.
Well, it's gonna be like the close range, the shoddy meta in Gears of War, where people started figuring out that if you use the Lancer against that, they get really mad.
I could still beat people with a Lancer. Fuck that.
He's
okay.
Grenade tagging was where it was at. There's no countering that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, there is, but the person's usually not good enough.
There's just like Halo too. You get hit with that plasma grenade, it's like, oh no, and then you got the blue fuzz in your HUD, and you know it's over.
That's like the elites when they get hit by it, and there's like, oh,
and then they die at the end of it.
Yep.
Oh my god. Like, do you guys have anything else you want to bring up for Fallout 76? I personally feel it looks empty to me, but it was the beta, so it's like.
Did you see anything about how the bases worked or anything?
Yeah, he said you could gather scrap out in the world, and then you can use it to craft stuff like you could in the other Fallout games.
Because I heard that like you put down that one thing and it gives you like a radius that's like your campsite.
Like a claim thing, and then you build it just like you would in Fallout 4.
Yeah, but then when you leave the server, you take it with you.
Yeah.
Which is what they did. You could do that in, was it No Man's Sky? Where you could claim a plot, but then you could like upload it and like download it to another planet.
So what?
I think that was No Man's
Sky. So you
Sky.
just put it down when you go back on, or
yeah,
what?
when you go back on, and you can put it back down.
But what if other
you
players
just pocket it?
So what do you do while you're gone? Like people that are in your group, do they not have a base?
I don't know.
Or is it the last guy who's on? It goes off when he goes off.
See,
that's a very good question.
Is there going to be like a clan system where?
That's what I was wondering.
Everybody has control, or
because I heard there were people that had like walls of like tires and shit, and
if you know, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, that'd be cool because I didn't research that much. I just watched.
I just know that it was.
I mean, there's gonna be buildings, right? Because like in the actual E3 gameplay, when it showed a base, I don't remember it showing buildings, but then I remember there's that one part where the guy goes up and kills the guy, and there was a building in the background.
Oh yeah,
there's buildings in the world.
It's gonna be like Snap Construction, I'm sure. Like in Fallout 4.
It didn't show anyone building buildings like.
It's just like Fallout 4.
They showed some pre-built buildings, bases.
So that's what I didn't know.
They didn't show
how they were doing it. Okay, I didn't play Fallout 4, so I don't have.
You switch your walls, snap building, just like every other online game, pretty much.
Just like
has snap
Conan
building.
Exiles.
Yep.
That game
Conan
went
Exiles,
away right away.
Ark, No Man's Sky.
Glad I didn't buy into that one.
Conan Exiles?
Yeah. Seemed like it died off pretty quick.
Hey man, I bought it for you.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, that Humble Monthly.
You asshole.
Oh, I don't know if I even got it even. I can't remember if maybe I do have it, I just haven't downloaded it.
We already talked about this where people get you games and you don't even look at them. Like, fuck you.
Well, I didn't ask for them most of the time.
You gotta understand. Conan Exiles was a thing for a couple months. I think it's dying now.
It died, yeah. Essentially, because they broke promises. Unfortunately, like...
What else were they gonna do with the game?
The game in the state that it was good, but there wasn't enough people playing. There wasn't enough content. Like, it was going to be a good game, but then it was in that country where they could take a month-long vacation, like everybody who works. Yeah, Norway. So what they did was they released a patch that was broken. Like, tons of shit was broken, and then they went on vacation for a month.
Yep.
So the entire player base, half of it was gone, like immediately after they left. It dropped by. It had like before they left, it had like 25,000 players currently on Steam if you were lucky, and then after they left,
after
it was
that,
like 10.
it was like 4 people, and one of them was named General Mad Dog or some shit. Right?
Yeah, it was like
Yeah.
and then as soon as they got back, they just started closing down official servers that no one was playing on. So everybody lost their progress. They left.
Yep.
Then they were going to implement a pet system in like the next major patch, which it was just like a faulty piece of shit. Like their thrall system, which is where you could. The people who haven't played Conan Exiles, it's an open world survival PvP game, and like in the world of Conan Exiles, I don't remember what the continent's called or anything, but they had this system. It's called a thrall system, where there were NPCs on the maps, other humans of different tribes, and they were stronger based on their tribes and the region that they were in or whatever. But you could craft a cudgel and you'd go and knock the fuckers out. And then you could, if you had your rope or whatever, you could tie them up with a rope and drag them back to your base and put them on a wheel of pain to break them. So slavery is a mechanic in this game. And then you could put armor, you could put weapons on them. They'll stand there, they'll fight for you, and they have a tether, so they'll run after you, but then they'll go back or something. But when they left, the thrall system. Oh, and I should preface this by saying thralls take a long time to break, and it's very expensive kitting them, like very time consuming kitting them with anything worthwhile. So when the devs left for a month, the thrall system was broken in the patch that they made, which they wouldn't attack. They're like aggro was gone.
Like they would work, but if there were too many in a certain radius, it seemed like they just wouldn't work.
Yeah, there was a chance that they wouldn't work. So what people did is they raided the alpha bases who had 30 or so thralls, because they were able to just kill the thralls without them doing anything.
Legion,
yeah, and then they'd loot everything like we did to an alpha tribe. And we took everything, we looted it, we became rich, we became the alpha tribe, and then it was like,
there's nothing left to do.
Yeah, everybody quit. It's like, what's next? Like
what you can build. It's probably one of the best building simulators out there. Like for the building system, I enjoyed that. But like
the building wasn't bad. Yeah,
it looked good. Like the tier 3, it looked great.
The grind for it was shit for the buildings, but it was still. It gave you something to do. Like the environment itself was like trash.
Well, you skip tier 2 because fuck making stone bricks or heavy bricks or whatever. You just go straight to the black ice.
Yeah, they had like a tier 1, a tier 2, and a tier 3. But if you're like max level or high enough to make tier 3, you're never gonna fuck with tier 2 or tier 1.
Tier 2 was way too costly to make it worthwhile unless you wanted the fancier looking stuff from the pay to win packs, right?
Yeah,
exactly.
Ark's grind is a lot easier to get the materials to build shit. I'm sorry you're yawning, Ross. This is boring, but
calm down. I need to go get my drink. You guys keep talking.
Oh my god,
Ark had dinosaurs though.
Ark did have dinosaurs. That
made it easier because you could just dinosaur loots it all for you. Just drag it all back to base, and then
Yep.
I'm back.
Okay, to make a long story long, Conan Exiles had potential, but they fucked it up. The player base is gone. I have no idea how they could bring it back. Like
they'd have to do a Steam sale and have a patch or something enticing right then.
Yeah, they'd have to bring the game back and have like a 60% off sale.
I was so surprised that it was
Humble Bundle didn't even bring it back because when it was dying. It's not
when it was
dead.
in decline.
Yeah, when it was in decline.
When they did it.
Yep, they did the Humble Bundle free thing for Humble Bundle, and it didn't bring it back.
Well, if it didn't get people playing the game, people probably still got it because it was the Humble Monthly. So everyone who had Humble Monthly ended up. I don't know how much they get out of that $12, or if they just
Yeah, I'm not sure myself. I'm sure they get something.
They give it away for a few bucks, hoping that people will play it and buy the DLC or something. But
yeah. But in terms of that open world survival type games, you always got your Minecraft. But in regards to Steam, I think the biggest ones right now are still Ark and 7 Days to Die, I think. And 7 Days to Die. Yeah, Rust, I guess.
If you're looking more PvP based, Rust is people play that. There was
Am I the only one
the
who was
new one,
surprised?
the DayZ Killer Scum is people are playing. I don't know if it's good or not. But
I heard about it for like 3 seconds, but what I was gonna say is I was really surprised that they even made a Conan game after like the Hyborian Adventures or whatever that no one played.
well, Funcom
Didn't
made
you
that
play
too
that?
because they got all the.
I played it for 2 weeks and I quit.
Wasn't it
I
MMO?
can't. I had
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
I think it gave you like a free month. I canceled it after a week.
Well, you see,
I
now
canceled the free
The
month
thing is,
because I didn't want to have it auto renew
they,
or
they
whatever.
made it free to play, but now it's just like all the free to play ones where you can buy the like a sub or whatever. I think.
Yeah.
And you
yeah,
can
I still get emails from them like that's
get,
still
like, more
there.
stuff. It's like buying RuneScape. Like that kid that his parents paid like $5 for the RuneScape premium per month. That kid thought he
Hey,
was
they got
fucking
RuneScape
badass.
has
dude.
like they have mobile now. I think that they're coming out with. So
RuneScape?
yep.
That's.
How many people play that game? Like, what's the player
Well,
base?
they have a new,
I know at
the
least
RuneScape
one, yeah.
we got that we used to play.
Yeah,
there's a
good
new
stuff.
version of it now, like that's better graphics and stuff.
better graphics. How much better?
I
Like,
haven't actually played it.
it had
but-
worse than like PlayStation graphics. Like, how better
Old
can
school
you get?
RuneScape, you can still play it on the old school
Yep,
RuneScape,
yep.
old school servers. It's just you
RuneScape.
could be doing anything else at this point. Like computers have progressed such way further than 2005. You know what I'm
is
saying?
Kings
What-
of
is
Chaos,
that
is
when
Kings of
RuneScape
Chaos still
came out?
going?
I'm sure it is. It's just that we don't speak
You
of it.
remember Kings of Chaos?
Is that the text one?
It
with
was
the
the text
dwarves
based
and
with
stuff?
Text one
huge
with
dwarves,
dwarves or
elves.
orcs.
Yes,
orcs.
yes.
Caleb was doing it like a few years back, so I'm like, Caleb's probably over there playing Kings of Chaos.
Caleb had-
But
Caleb was one-
actually, he logs in, starts playing, and I'm like,
You fucking piece of shit.
Caleb started actually at the start of one of the new ages or whatever, because they like restarted every so often.
Yeah.
And he had one of the top like orc like things on the whole like site or whatever for a little
Explain
while.
to them what Kings of Chaos is, Ross.
I don't even know how
This
to
was
explain
this
it.
was mobile before. This was a mobile game before mobile
Pretty
games were a
much,
thing.
yeah.
Kings of Chaos. They had to have started the timed
You can be humans, elves, orcs.
dwarves.
the
Dwarves,
thing
I
about Kings
think.
of Chaos is like, you could just like go through like wrecking people's shit, but
And
if
each-
a bunch of people
each race-
randomly got you as the person that they were wrecking,
Yes.
you're done.
It wasn't.
Yes.
You could like randomly choose people. I know you could. It would bring.
They
up
had that list.
You would have a list, and you'd be
Yeah.
like, "Oh, this guy looks weak." Click, attack
Yeah,
him.
yeah, no, that's what Clash of Kings is pretty much like today. Like, I think Kings of Chaos. That's for anybody who doesn't know what Kings of Chaos is. It was a browser game back in the day,
Yep.
where you had 4 races, you built your armies, you
Yep.
had resources,
Yep,
and you
choose
could.
offensive
You would
and
loot for
defensive
gold and
types
stuff,
and stuff.
and then you'd use that gold to like buy more defenses and armies and
Yup,
stuff.
it would. It's very basic, like stats, and then you would be able to choose random people to fight who you think you would be able to beat.
You
and
have
then
an
you
amount-
lose because they got all defense.
You have an amount of
Yes.
yeah. It just showed you like a base, like army strength, yours versus
Yep.
theirs,
Yep.
but it didn't say like how it's composited.
Yep,
at all,
yep.
so-
Yep. It
Yeah.
was just like a basic number. Then you could attack them. You could find out what happened. But the best part about it, arguably the worst part, was that everything was a timed factor, like mobile games are today. Like, okay, you already attacked. You can't attack for another 3 hours. Like shit like that. When you play Clash of Kings, you upgrade. It's like,
I know you
or
could
do something. It's like you can't do that.
You
for
could
another,
attack the same guy,
so
but he
many
would have no
hours.
money because like you'd loot so much from them, and then like you couldn't like loot any more from them. I think so. You could just keep
there-
attacking
yeah,
them.
There.
It wouldn't be worth
Did it show
anything.
your gold?
I think it did. That's why people knew who to attack.
Yeah,
pretty
because
much.
if you had a lot of gold, you'd go and attack, but you might get messed up. But you could only take like so much gold.
yeah, it was like a percentage you got.
Yeah.
I think.
It was basic, but it was beautiful, and we'd play that during our computer classes. I remember.
Yep.
Sitting there at the library after school.
I
or
never
whatever.
started.
Yeah.
I never started at the beginning of like a new age or whatever they were called. So I was always like just this little guy, and there's all these guys with like humongous armies.
When was Kings of Chaos? Like, what grade would we have
That
been
was
in?
04, 05.
Yeah, in high school.
So,
because we were
it
in
was
the
in
new
high school.
so
Okay.
it was 11.
Yeah, I remember playing it at the old high school in the old computer room
Yep.
because they got those low fucking ceilings, dark ass low ceiling rooms.
when was Homestar Runner? Was that around the same time?
Yeah, that was big around that time.
Yep.
No, because Homestar. Yeah, it was big around that time, but Homestar Runner was before high school, I think,
Might have been.
because Red versus Blue.
It might have started
When did
before
Red
that, but
versus
when it was
Blue
big,
come
is what I
out?
meant.
That was like Halo.
Oh, that was like
High school,
a while
they were
ago.
on, like-
Yeah, Homestar Runner was out before that.
Ooh, holy crap!
Yeah.
Because I know in high school they brought out the stuff where they actually the elite was, and it was like Blarg or whatever, you know.
Was that
Yeah, and Red versus
Was
Blue.
that like Killfrog.com and shit like that?
season,
Fucking-
like when
all
we
that shit
were
from middle
Sound
school.
thing.
early
Fingers.
high school or middle school was where the shizno, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
Compute like our access to computers, like it was so fucking great in school. Like
Back in the day.
Newgrounds,
Yep.
Newgrounds and E-Bombs World. Oh baby, like
Back-
all that dirty
exactly.
shit you would watch during class.
Well, back in the day, there wasn't all this fucking like redundant shit. Like you had to find like anything was good because it's
Yeah.
all, the only stuff you had. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying?
That's one of
Like,
those.
You
sad
had to
things
play.
Nowadays, though.
You had to play stick flash games.
Yep.
One of the sad things nowadays is how Flash is being like, kind of pushed aside now.
I'm okay with that. Fuck Flash.
Dude, that was like such a huge part of like the mid 2000s.
Yeah, what we've become,
yes.
like what we were.
Yep, Flash
Like-
games. Yep. Hey, Dave.
Oh my
Oh
god.
god. The Governor, like Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
thing.
Oh yes. How's your salad, Dave? I remember that claymation thing.
Yep, yep. I still got that on my
Those
computer.
things were so yeah.
Oh my god, that's what we.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, damn. When we were drinking fucking balls, energy drinks
Yep,
and shit. Oh, that was the golden age, dude.
Was
Like,
Monster even like a thing back then? It might
No,
have barely
no.
been, if it had anything.
I don't think Monster was not out when we were in high school.
No, like they had
No
maybe
way.
Red Bull. Like it was
Maybe.
like
Red Bull was around, I'm pretty
balls where you had the blue bottle with the
with the little ribs on it.
Yep.
Yep. Glass bottle.
sure. If
Energy
you told
drink.
some like kid that was born in like 2000 that like
Monster
B
Rock
B
Star,
like,
that stuff didn't
A
exist.
that, like-
W L S.
that like a majority of our life like Monster didn't exist. They'd be
Yep.
like, what?
We had balls, Guarana or whatever
Yep.
is still just my energy drink of choice. Like nothing beats balls. Like that was a classic. They got rid of it, and now we can only find it in the Twin Cities. Like
been digging,
it's
like-
bullshit.
Actually, I
Hold
think
on.
you can supposedly get them at Casey's, but I haven't tried.
Oh,
That-
fuck,
isn't
let's
that
go
what-
to
is that-
Casey's.
Because that's what Chris, like, not this Chris, the other Chris said that you can get it
Oh.
somewhere, right? I
Chris-
think he said you can get it somewhere in the area.
It's probably Casey's. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Casey's because he works right by Casey's.
Okay.
Yeah, it's probably
So yeah, he goes there all the time. I'm sure.
I've never, haven't been in years.
Oh god, we're bringing you back into memory lane, guys. I'm sorry, but so let's talk about something new. I did want to bring up. I do want to ask: are we going to see Halloween tonight?
No.
That's not, Halloween's not out until the 19th.
Wait, what?
Halloween's the 19th, right?
Fuck.
Probably.
Yeah, you're right. What day is it?
It's the 12th. Yeah.
Ah, fuck. No, what's that other movie?
fuck.
The stuff that happens at the Royale or some shit.
Oh, I didn't. I
don't
thought that looked dumb, but that's
What
just
the
me.
fuck?
It looks like a
Ross?
movie that Rick would enjoy.
When I first saw the trailer for it, I'm like, this is one of the movies where you see it and you're like, man, you guys are trying too hard.
Something that
Really?
Yep.
Yeah, something
Fuck.
that Rick would enjoy, like the Grand
He's like,
Budapest Hotel.
I got
or
something to confess.
Is it Wes Anderson then?
I don't know.
I got something to confess. I'm not a preacher. It's like,
It's like, well, no fucking shit.
well, no
dude.
fucking shit.
I'm not
We
a
knew where
scientist.
the trailer gave that away. This is where it was going.
Yep.
Like you've had this bottle turned the whole time, right?
Yeah, why?
Good.
I'm
yeah,
not
we
a
don't wanna give them
scientist.
any
We were just talking
publicity.
about it. What are you talking about?
We were.
We were
But,
on
Liminals.
how excited are you for Halloween?
I'll check it out.
like the
Yes.
holiday.
Fuck off. Yeah, the movie and the
Hey.
holiday, sure.
It's got Jamie Lee
I mean,
Curtis.
I don't think I'm gonna. I don't know if I want to see it in theaters, man. I don't know.
Hey, whoa!
That's gonna
That's
no. Think of like
Think of seeing The Strangers in theaters and how funny that was.
stupid.
that
though.
was so
It
good,
was- yeah,
dude.
it was
We were
actually,
laughing
no.
for half the movie because
They
it was
all- it
dumb.
was-
That's because
it was
Alex
so
shit
dumb.
his pants.
No, it just wasn't
No.
funny.
It
I mean,
was
it wasn't,
so
wasn't
bad
scary. I mean,
that it was good. Like you know,
I couldn't believe that they made a second one or were making.
Because it made money, dude.
like when the dude appeared in the hallway and the dude behind us was like, "Oh, blank that blank," you know, like,
yes.
like
Why are
yeah.
you censoring yourself?
Oh, my bad.
He forgot where we were.
Yeah, right.
But so we went and saw The Strangers in theaters, and there's a guy behind us that was very vocal and very scared the whole movie. And whenever like suspenseful shit would happen, he would comment on it. And so there was one time where you could see the killer inside the house when like she's faced away or whatever.
Yeah, there was
in
like
the hallway.
there was like a bar type, like a breakfast bar type. I don't know, what
Like
to
an
call it,
entry-
an island. And she was like doing something over here, and then you could see like looking at her doing
the
that.
entryway.
And then
In
there's
the
like a
hallway.
doorway, like
There's a hallway back there.
And the guy
Foyer.
like pops out from the hallway.
Yeah, foyer, and you could just see him peek or whatever,
You
and
can
then
just-
and then he goes back in, and then the guy behind us is like, "Oh fuck that shit!"
Yeah, he was.
And then we just fucking laughed like during
Yeah.
this suspenseful horror movie. We were just fucking laughing. And Alex, what did you do?
Halloween though, it's got okay. Halloween.
He's gonna brush over it.
Halloween's got the dude from it's the dude from Apollo 13 that got left behind. No,
No.
it's
Is
no.
this Armageddon
No,
again?
this is the guy from Armageddon. I get the two mixed up because they were space movies from back in the day.
You're talking about the guy who
the golden age of space.
you're talking about
movies.
the guy who lives. One of the guys who lives.
The guy who's the sheriff in the movie. Yeah, he's
Yeah,
the,
he was the guy who was the best
Yeah,
friend of Bruce
yep.
Willis.
Yeah.
Yep.
He lives.
yeah.
he lives.
That's the guy. That's
Spoiler alert.
I was like, oh, that guy.
Armageddon.
He's in there. Got to see it now.
Is he? He's
He's like the sheriff. Or
the sheriff. Okay.
I could have swore he was in like the remakes, but the other
could've been.
remake. But I
no,
could be wrong.
no.
Who was the sheriff for that?
Rob Zombie's remake was the guy who voices Chucky in Child's Play.
He was the sheriff.
Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah, he was the sheriff in the first one.
Okay.
I love that actor so much.
Yeah.
Like,
Underrated, definitely.
underrated.
Oh, wait, was it? It was Uwe Due Dembele?
Yeah, really? Yes.
Wow.
I think he's right. Yeah.
He does the voice
Wow.
for Chucky. Yeah,
That's-
he did. Oh my God! He's been in a ton of shit. I can't remember his name. It's like
Just that you don't
Brad
remember
Dorff
him.
or something.
Steven Dorff?
No, it's
I'm
not Steven Dorff. I'll see if the internet will load to
I was
find
gonna
it.
say Steven
But
Dorff.
so what were you talking
It was
about?
in
Alex?
Rob Zombie's remake.
Why do we want to see Halloween, Alex?
Because it's it's an update to the modern classic or the.
It's the sequel to the modern classic.
Hey, I'm just gonna say,
I'm okay with
like,
that.
my favorite director of all time is Carpenter. So.
Carpenter gave him the go
Yeah, do
ahead?
you think
dude.
he'll ever come back like fully, like to directing
He
shit?
didn't he,
He
say
said he
recently he wanted to?
He said he would like to come back. Like
He kind of
He
gave,
threw around
he
making
kind of
it-
gave like a list of reasons why he like wouldn't though. So it's like, will
he threw
or
around
not?
about a Dead Space game back in the day because I guess his kids got him into video games. So
Yeah,
just
he
even
plays-
Just
yep.
think about that.
Didn't he do this? Doesn't he tour like? I heard about some director that tours because they did the scores for all their movies.
He
Was that
actually
Carpenter?
he actually went from movies to just making mute because he did the scores for all of his movies and he did,
yeah,
he
yeah.
did
I think
music.
he tours with his music or whatever.
He
That
could.
would be
That'd
that'd be fucking
interesting.
weird.
Just-
Like, is it just John Carpenter and like a MacBook Pro? Like,
You think he just like the month of October, he just like goes crazy, like just
a
touring? with it?
MacBook Pro or a Spotify Book Pro?
Dude.
Asking for a friend.
John Carpenter has got to be one of my top favorite
Oh, yeah,
directors
dude.
too. Like,
He had The Escapes. He had
Yep.
fucking
Big Trouble in Little
Halloween.
China.
Big
The
Trouble in
Thing.
Little
The
China,
Thing.
Halloween, The Thing. He had that one crazy
Ghosts of
demon
Mars.
guy. He also had Ghosts of Mars as an underrated
Yep,
classic.
Underrated as fuck. Ice Cube's in that one.
Jason
Check that
Statham
out.
when he's
Yep,
younger.
Yep. And Natasha Henstridge. Yep.
Yep.
We knew. That was check that movie out. Ghosts of Mars is fucking awesome as fuck.
If you want to see people
if you
getting
don't
killed by
find-
saw blades flying through the air, then didn't watch that movie.
what's the he did Liam Neeson was in one of his movies where he's got all the bandaged and he's
Oh,
like a
Dark Man?
vigilante.
That
Yeah, Dark Man.
Dark Man? No,
Dark
that's
Man.
old school.
Yeah, that's John Carpenter too.
I think you're right.
And there's like
Possibly.
there's like a theory where like all like the universe is tied together, like Dark Man, The Thing, and
They're making
or no, big is it?
They're making a Big Trouble in Little China sequel allegedly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Dark Man, The Thing, Big Trouble in Little China, and maybe something else is all like tied
there was,
together.
There was something I saw recently that
Like
they
the
were,
universe. I
that
thought
they
that was
were
cool.
like remaking, and I was like, why? What was it?
Snake
Oh.
Plissken is actually Jack Burton's
I don't even know.
great grandson, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Brad Dourif.
That's the guy. Yeah.
Brad Dourif. This guy, Ross.
Yep. I know who he is.
Yep. Just so if you can.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
Yep.
Brad Dourif. That's the guy who voices Chucky.
He's the guy. He was the Wormtongue guy, right?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Fuck. I could have just said that, and that would have made.
Yep.
I
That would have been
didn't- wow.
way
You
better.
didn't know that was Wormtongue?
That would've-
no, I
the
didn't
guy?
know that.
Yeah, he's done.
Wow.
He's in one of the best episodes I think of the X-Files too. like the '90s ones.
Yeah, I think
Like old ones
I don't
out
remember
there.
which one it is.
I don't
but
know.
It's where he's confined. He's paralyzed and he's in a wheelchair.
Is he the guy on the cart?
No.
Like
No.
he's not wheelie cart guy.
No, that's like that's the one. That's the one where it
Yeah, I was
starts
just
in an
making sure.
airport.
I was just making sure.
Yep.
What's that thing in that phrase that everybody says in fucking PUBG or whatever?
Winner, chicken dinner.
No, and you could hear it in the back. Never mind. That's something that we talk about.
Oh, Mataching.
Yeah, yes.
I don't know what it
Yes, I heard that in the background of that episode in the airport scene, and I was like, "What the fuck?" I keep hearing this everywhere.
That's
I
great.
don't know. I think the best episode of the X-Files was the one that had Jesse Ventura in it.
That was good.
Yep.
That the conspiracy theory one,
Yep.
and then but Brad Dourif was in the one where he was in the wheelchair,
Okay.
but he still had his voice,
Uh-huh.
and so he was like, God, what the fuck was he doing? I think he was doing like computer shit or something, like. And they find out like, oh, like he's been doing a bunch of bad shit, of course. But they're like, oh fuck, he's just paralyzed.
You know what we
and
should
shit.
talk about? How many people like one of their first like really cool like
I guess
parts
that's the
was in
twist.
X-Files.
The really cool what?
One of their first like really like well-known things was in X-Files.
You know how
There's
many
a lot of
actors, got their start actors and actresses.
like that one guy from frickin' Crowley from frickin'
Supernatural. He's in one of the early episodes. As the painter guy.
Yep, he's the fire guy.
Fire guy.
Yep.
Yep.
I think was it Jack Black was in an episode and he dies.
Jack
Yep.
Black? Well, Jack Black was in the Never-Ending Story 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Oh, I forgot that was more popular probably.
Who
right?
else?
No, I'm just kidding.
No, there's so many people.
Yeah.
A lot of supporting actors came out of the
That one
X-Files,
chick
too.
from The Walking Dead, that blonde one that died, she was on X-Files.
Yep.
Yep.
Bryan Cranston.
Yeah, I believe. Yep.
Yep. Bryan Cranston was in that. That's one of the best ones too. Is that Bryan Cranston episode? Do you remember the plot for that one?
I don't know what depends on what season it is if I've seen it or not.
It was the one where they have a pressure thing in their head.
Okay.
From some signal that was going around or whatever, and to relieve the pressure, he has to be moving.
Oh, you
it's
told me about that. Yep, you
Yeah, it's
told
like
me.
Speed, where he has to drive and he has to like. They're trying to figure it out, but they have to gradually go faster because it's getting worse.
Yep.
And the only way to relieve it is if they drive faster.
Yep.
So it's a great fucking episode. It's like.
Oh, yeah. They're...
Just
Okay.
like imagine, it's like a Twilight Zone, like Black.
Okay,
like Black
this
Mirror.
is
That's
this
like
is
old
now
X-Files.
X-Files appreciation episode.
Yeah. Oh man, I fucking love X-Files.
I don't know. There was that one that was just creepy where it was like the hillbillies or whatever that were like
That's-
inbreeding with
could
each
that is one of the most disturbing.
That's one of the
episodes
episodes
I've
that I
ever
don't
seen.
think I don't know if they even replay it on when they rerun it on TV.
I don't think so.
I didn't think they.
It was too touchy.
I think they showed it once, like on TV.
That one's also one of the top episodes.
Yep.
I think because it's so
It
fucking
freaked so many
fucked
people
up.
out that they didn't
Yeah.
like show it anymore.
Yeah.
If you want the synopsis for that, it's like the hills have eyes, but condensed into an X-Files episode with inbreeding.
Yep.
And it is very gross.
Yep.
So, yeah, that's like when I was rewatching. I rewatched all 9 seasons
Yep.
of the X-Files just because needed to remember it, needed it in chronological
I
order.
got partway through it and then
Yeah.
I eventually
We got
quit.
to like 3 or 4 or 5 maybe at the most.
Oh fuck, I went all the way, dude.
Yeah.
I went all the way to fucking Liquidator, everything.
Liquidator. Yep.
Yeah.
I've seen like all that.
Agent Doggett.
I started watching it like when my parents like didn't watch it as much before him.
Yeah,
Like, or at least I didn't watch it with
well,
them.
that was like before Doggett. Like Doggett would be like our generation of the X-Files
Yeah.
because the other shit happened like when we were way too young.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, you kidding, man? Like, that show is great. Like, first season's great. And then, like, at the end, like, Deep Throat gets assassinated or whatever, and it's like, fuck.
That's one of the.
And then,
Yep.
That moment is still considered like a big one when they do their like moments on TV shows.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
considered like a big
oh,
deal.
yeah, dude.
Yep.
The X-Files, like,
They had that spin-off show too that I can't remember with the 3
Oh,
dudes.
the Lone Gunman.
Yeah, the Lone Gunman. Fuck.
that was great.
That was.
It was like the
oh.
9/11 numbers machine before the 9/11 numbers
They
machine.
make an appearance on the reboot X
Yep,
Files.
I saw a few
I didn't
episodes of
finish
that.
that. I feel bad because I haven't finished it yet.
There's one where
The
The
episode
lizard man.
The episode where they think I gets bit by a human and it becomes human-like. It's like a reverse werewolf type of situation.
Yeah.
That episode was like, what?
That was a comedy episode. That was gold. That episode was awesome.
who was Niche? You know, like the unkillable dude or whatever.
Oh, the dude.
He,
That's a supporting
yeah,
actor.
Niche, that guy.
He's been in a shit ton of
Because
stuff.
in a couple episodes he'd come back
Yep.
because he can't die.
Nope. That show's good. If you haven't seen the X-Files,
Yeah, go see it.
it's a rabbit hole. If you like sci-fi, get into it. It's great.
If you have seen it, watch it again.
Imagine Stranger Things, but 9 seasons of it.
Oh no! It's like, oh no! Here's what it is: government conspiracy in the background, but with episodal shit happening.
A lot of
Yes.
episodical.
Yep.
Or is it episodical?
You could pretty much miss an episode and you'd still be fine with getting the narrative, you know, because like
Yeah.
not.
The plot kicks up in the later
It's kind
seasons.
of like Supernatural, where some of the episodes are filler, but you know you can.
Yep.
If you could, okay, so they had X-Files, 9-season run, amazing. It ended weird.
That movie,
It didn't
though.
end weird. And then they had like that standalone movie that I went to the theaters to
Bill
see, and
Connolly,
it was awesome as fuck. But it was like a super long standalone episode of the X-Files, so that was kind of disappointing. But then they did the reboot.
I didn't watch it.
I watched a little bit of it, like I said.
Not the reboot, but they pretty much came back to like close all the loose ends.
Yep.
And all the fucking like all the old actors from the old TV show, you see them again, and it's like every time someone new appears on screen, they're like, "Oh fuck, it's that dude!"
Yep.
Was it the dude that was made out of cancer?
No, you remember the dude?
Jesus, I remember that.
Oh my god, no. like David Duchovny's brother.
Oh, David.
Yep,
Dutch.
I saw that. Yep.
David
He came
Duchovny. Wait, his real life brother?
No, like
No.
on
Like
the
Ben
show.
Duchovny?
No, his brother that he found out that was like in the FBI with him. Mm-hmm. You don't remember that whole plot story?
Yep.
That was a big plot thing. But no, he came back. The dude who
Don't give up any spoilers here.
Okay,
It's
I
only
won't.
been like 20 years.
Well, no, from the new stuff. That
Oh.
new stuff's only been out for like,
Yeah,
2 years?
but I
maybe?
think
Well, if it's out for more than 2 weeks,
You can't.
It's fair
There's
game.
some spoilers that people won't even watch it if you say it, though.
Okay. Speak for yourself.
But Mulder's like arch nemesis that
Like Alien Bounty Hunter?
Like spoilers about
is he
Mulder's
the
child.
alien? No, who? No, the
Brian
Brian Thompson.
Brian Thompson. I don't think comes back.
He was killed, I think, in the old series.
Yeah, he was. Yeah,
because when he got his sister, when he got
they sucked him into the mountain. They brought him to the Iron Range or whatever because they figured out only like magnets could kill him or some shit.
Could be,
So
yeah.
they brought him to a magnetized mountain, and he got like sucked into the fucking mountain. Oh, that show's so good. I love that show
They
so
like
much.
the Thing episode where they go up to fucking like Antarctica research base.
They go up to Alaska and they drilled into
so
the
good.
ice core.
It's so good.
Yeah.
I gotta binge watch X-Files again. God damn it. Okay,
It was
we spent
great.
way too much on the X-Files, but that is sci-fi gold.
Yes.
When you were watching, well, if you're our age, when you were watching like Next Gen, Deep Space Nine,
Yep.
Voyager, you had X-Files in the background
Hey,
too.
Picard's coming back.
Yeah.
That's going to be great. They got to get Michael Dorn.
No, they gotta get fucking Beyond Belief Fact or Fiction starring Jonathan Frakes. That's what they gotta get.
Jonathan Frosted Flakes.
He directs stuff.
They're
now.
all still alive. You
like,
could
I think,
even get,
I think the Librarians TV show he was directing.
That's good. I'm glad to see
he's
that
directing
they.
episodes of the Orville, and I think he might have done one of the
that
Star
fuck
Trek
yeah.
Discovery.
He does a
too.
lot of directing shit now.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
I bet you they. Oh, that's so good. Like, I can't wait to see that. And can you imagine the nostalgia if they
I
bring?
mean, he
everything
got his
back?
directorial
Everybody
start
back.
on Next Gen, I think, because they let people do episodes.
Oh no! Then we gotta see fucking Will Wheaton though.
That's he said he'd enjoy it, but I don't know if they've given him a green light.
Yeah.
I don't think they give
hope
Will
they
Wheaton the
don't,
green light.
because I've never been a big Wheaton guy.
Yeah, go,
Not,
okay.
not even Wesley Crusher. I'm not a big Wheaton guy.
He seems like the guy who, like, if you're talking to him one-on-one, he'd be an alright dude, but, like, if you're in a room full of people, he's going to want all the attention.
Maybe.
That's
I
what
don't know.
do you remember
He does that
seeing
board
him-
game shit too.
Yeah, you remember seeing him on that board game shit where
Yeah.
his brother was like just like 20th fiddle or whatever.
20th fiddle.
Dude,
And there's only 2 of them in the room.
20th fiddle.
But Will Wheaton does come off as kind of pretentious, but
Yeah.
I don't know him as a person. But
It's because he didn't have a childhood, so he
Yeah.
has to take your childhood.
no, but it's like that fucking Wesley Crusher though. Like,
Worst character in the show.
well, not only that, but I was like jealous
Well, I
of
don't
that
know.
motherfucker.
Alexander was also on that show, so. Frickin' Worf's kid.
Yeah, he was a Klingon, though.
Yeah, but it was still like some of the shittiest episodes in the show.
Yep.
Like, oh no, it's an Alexander episode. Click, turn off.
Oh fuck. Wesley episodes, those were skippable too.
Hey man, Deep Space Nine is like fucking.
A lot of the
Who do
best
you want to see
episodes-
come back though?
A lot of the
aside
best
from Patrick
episodes were
Stewart?
when something happened to like a person who was just a crew member, and then like crazy stuff ensued.
Yeah.
Yep.
Who do you want to see come back though? Like, aside from Patrick Stewart, like who do you like? What character do you want the most to make an appearance or
Worf.
come back? Worf. Okay, I can ride with Worf.
Tasha Yar. I'm just kidding. It was a troll.
Who's that one again?
The one,
died at the end of-
the one that was before Worf.
died at the end of like season 1 or 2.
Yeah.
She was killed by the
Oh,
black
the blonde
the
chick?
black slime
Yeah.
on the planet, wasn't she? Yeah.
That was-
The
that's
one
what-
that fucked Data.
Data, yep.
I think so. Yeah.
That was
Did
one
you
of the
say-
best.
I thought you said beta.
Wait, it's a new model. He's called Beta.
Beta, yeah.
Not as good as this one. He's Beta. No, fucking no. She fucks.
So how many people
Data,
did,
yeah.
How many people didn't notice that when like the show and stuff was going on? The whole where he was Data and then the brother was Lore.
What? What are you trying to tell me right
You
now?
know, Data's like brother was named Lore. Which Data is like concrete facts and Lore is like just like never mind.
Mythical, yeah.
So
What?
it's news versus fake news. Okay, I got you.
Data is hard, is concrete, and lore is like word of mouth.
Yeah.
Yep.
Written down, chained.
Never
What
mind.
are you trying to
Why
do?
did I even
Ron?
bring this up?
I don't fucking
You guys
know.
aren't woke enough.
Oh my
I'm
god.
just kidding.
I gotta look up Redbone now so I can stay woke. God damn.
Oh jeez.
What else is going on? Like,
Oh man.
In the video game world,
sure, fucking video.
Yep.
What do you guys? What's your
Magic
spit
the
take on
Gathering.
Magic the Gathering arena?
Well,
Hearthstone clone. What is it? A Hearthstone clone?
It's
Where
like
is it going?
The only problem with it is you have a big advantage starting out if you put more money into the game.
it's
I
pretty
suppose
much
that's how
like
a lot
it's
of
like
Hearthstone-
it's like Hearthstone where you have to actually spend money on packs.
Well, you don't have to, but you'll get way faster to where you want to be if you put money into it. It's one of
Well,
those
yeah,
things.
but it's like Hearthstone. Like, you can grind for 100 hours
The
to get where someone could get
But
with
the
20
secret
bucks.
is
Like,
versus some like
it's like, do you want to do
terrible-
that?
Some terrible Hearthstone meta. You just take the meta from standard Magic the Gathering
pretty
and
much.
just build your deck.
Yep.
And it'll play the same as it would
Like
on the table.
it's
Yep.
vampires, merfolk, surveil.
You think humans would?
Red blue is. I don't even remember what the
Well, I
heck you do
haven't-
with that, but
We're gonna do a deep cut in Magic, Ross.
oh god, I
No.
don't know.
Well, the
about
thing
that.
is, like, they just came out with the Return to Ravnica. So how do you? Who knows what the meta decks
Yeah.
are? You know,
Should change ideally, but who knows? I quit Magic.
A lot of
I'm done with
merfolk.
that
That's
shit.
all I've been fighting, and it's annoying.
Chris wanted me to play. Not this Chris. Different Chris wanted me to play the arena. Magic the Gathering
definitely
arena.
worth
He
checking
doesn't play
out
cards.
just in case.
He stopped playing cards years ago.
But he plays that.
He wants to. I don't
Oh,
know
he
why.
hasn't done it yet
Yeah, I don't know why he would want to play that.
because he
Like,
doesn't have to actually collect things anymore.
The thing.
He still has cards. He has an EDH deck still.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he has a wizard, mono blue wizard deck still.
You know,
EDH.
it's one of those things where it's kind of like it's the evolution of the product where you get the people who aren't hardcore enough to play it like for real, but you can get them to spend money in microtransactions, kind of like
Pharrell.
Yeah, the more the casual player they're trying to seek, because playing Magic right now it's so difficult doing it physically.
You've
like-
either been in the game
The
and
only
have
problem,
the
the
capital.
problem is you need like if you're just starting,
You need money.
either you need money or you need to just stick to standard.
You need a game
Yeah.
store to play at,
Yeah.
or you need a lot of friends that play.
Yeah.
So this is like garnering more towards rural communities, I think, like where there's no.
Pretty much.
I mean, how
presence
many
of
new
Magic.
players do you know that are buying like expensive cards? Like
There aren't new players.
Well, if there are new players, they're only going to be.
That's-
They're just playing.
That's
standard.
the whole issue with Magic right now. It's like they're having trouble pulling people in. They're having trouble keeping the old player base.
Well, the thing is, you can't buy into you can't buy into Modern anymore. You can't buy into.
Well, the main problem is
you can.
You can,
if
but it's
you're
not-
fucking rich.
there's
or
too
well
much.
off.
There's too much balancing going on with these new sets to the point where there aren't cards worth any money anymore.
Yeah.
Well, they also print a lot more of each
That's-
set.
to
now.
be okay to put this into perspective, people who listen who are listeners.
That's just making the old stuff more valuable. Because the new shit isn't
Well,
good.
then you just wait for them reprints, like when they reprint like
they-
Vamp Tutor. And
They
something,
reprint
you know.
shit. They'll be like, oh, they haven't reprinted this yet. Oh, it's worth some money. Then they'll be like, reprinting this set. And then they'll do a master set and reprint it within 6 months of each other. So they reprint it twice within 6 months, and you're like, why?
Yep. But to put it into perspective of the people listening who don't understand the cardboard crack that is Magic, it is a actual economy and an investment.
Yep.
Like people don't understand that. It's like, how can you spend money on cardboard? Well, let me put this into perspective for you. If you follow the essential stock market of Magic and the trends and stuff, you will make a living. You will be able to not have a job if you do this full time.
Yeah.
I dabbled in it before.
As long as you have investment capital to start.
Yeah, like
pretty much.
if I saw a trend, I bought a card for I believe $125, and the next week it was up to $350,
Yep.
and then I sold it for,
280,
yeah, whatever I could, like
whatever you could get.
Yeah, pretty much.
to offload it fast.
Yeah, unless I did a direct sale
Yeah.
off TCG Player, or eBay, or whatever,
Yeah.
I took somewhat of a loss, but it was still a gain, so I was
Yep.
okay with it. But I immediately got 100% return
Yep.
on a card because I knew what was going to happen to it. I've had decks before I've had EDH decks before that were easily worth $3,000 to $5,000.
Yes, very possible.
And the thing about that is you're like holy fuck, like $3,000 to $5,000. But you got to think about this: is I maybe spent $1,000 to get that deck, and by the time I was done with that deck, it was worth $3,000 to $5,000. It's definitely worth $5,000 now. Maybe even up to $7,000 at this point with the market. That's why Magic's failing, is because the old market is like impossible to get into because of the price gouging. It's in a huge price bubble of price gouging, but
It's to the point where I have like a book of cards that are worth like fucking minimum of 5,000 just sitting around because I'm just sitting on them.
exactly. It's like I quit. I got out of it. I sold my shit because I was so tempted to ride every single trend that I could find, and you find yourself buying like, $30 cards, like 5 of them, and hoping to flip them for 50
I'm glad
or something like that.
I never got into that. Luckily, I stuck to just staples pretty much. Like
I was playing the market at the end.
Yeah.
And because you could, like, in today's time,
If you could get ahead of the buyouts, like
the buyouts, the bubbles, it's where people would buy out the entire stock of an old card, and immediately the value of the card quadruples in value essentially, and then slowly trickles back into the market, and someone actually buys it at that price, and it is cemented at that price. So people have 400% returns on old cards. It's insane.
I heard crypto
It's
got
a
shit
living
on
market.
again.
Really?
Well, yeah. Well, all the people when Bitcoin bust, they all moved into the Magic. secondary market.
Before we
yep.
get on that, but the point we're talking about is that the physical market for Magic is essentially dead, but the digital is still cheap, and people can actually buy into it.
Yep.
So people moving
The
to
only problem with that I can see is you say
so Hasbro can move into the digital.
all that
and
all that
forsake
they have
physical.
on the digital right now is standard stuff, which people can get for cheap right now.
Well, MTGO
Depends. Not if it becomes part of the meta. Cards that become part of the meta that were $5 jump up to $25 the next day. Like as soon as they see a pro touch it, $25. As soon as they see it in the top 8, $40.
Stuff on that game isn't going to be like the digital versions of the cards aren't going to be worth as much, just for the fact that like I literally just
You can't trade on the game anyway.
I got a free card prize that was literally a Karn Sign of Urza the other day, and I'm all like, oh well,
There's
yeah,
a chance
good luck
for
finding
it to
that in a fucking pack.
There's a chance for it to. Well, I got 2 of them in a pack actually.
Yeah, you did, but
think of it this way: it's like it's
a mythic, though. Is what I'm trying to say.
Magic, the physical Magic card market is a fluctuating actual
economy.
Yeah. And Magic was meant to be for kids, for new players, but new players, young kids, under 15, they do not understand the economy. They do not understand this market at all. They make older people rip them off. Like people we know have done this before, where kids don't know the value of a card. They just opened in a pack one of those $40 cards, and they're like, oh, that's worth a lot. What do you want? And they're like, oh, I want these. This card looks cool. I want this card, this card, this card, this card. All of them look cool. All of them are worth 10 cents to a quarter, and they're rares. And then the older person's like, you know what? Here, I'll throw in 5 more of these bulk rares. And the kid, you just made the kid's day. You blew his mind, but you also just completely ripped that fucking kid off.
Yeah, it's literally like, oh, I see what you got there. It's like, oh, what kind of deck do you have? And then they'll be like, oh, well, this goes with your deck better than that guy would. You want to trade?
Yep.
The best is when I opened something that was worth like $25 and dude's like, I'll give you 5s for it. Thinking that I, was,
thinking that you were ignorant. And I've seen kids get ripped off way too many times in the game. But there's an unspoken rule where you never step in someone else's trade. Which is frowned upon. You will get yelled at. You will be excommunicate.
Pretty much.
You'll get
excommunicado.
Yeah, because because when you fuck with someone's trade, you're fucking with their money essentially. Because it's like you go let's say this person's trying to rip off a kid, and this guy's trying to make $30 off this fucking kid, and you go in there and be like, no man, I'll give you way more. That's worth like $30, and they'll be like, yo man, like what the fuck are you doing?
The only person who would ever be allowed to do that is if there's like an actual store, the store owner overheard that, he would probably be able to stop it without getting too much
it's like, but the store owner, I mean, those store owners are hit and miss too, because they I'm sure a lot of them don't get good business, and they don't want to lose any business. They don't want to take sides. They would rather.
It depends on how they feel.
Yeah, they would rather turn a blind eye to all of that practice as long as the players stay at their store. I'm sorry, that's like Magic. But go on,
What are we talking about?
Bitcoin.
Oh, so one of the
cryptocurrencies.
One of the economic groups or whatever, pretty much. That they don't accept Bitcoin as a thing, and they pretty much said, oh, it's unsafe, because of hackers and all this stuff. Pretty much condemned it, and then it just dropped the major 3 or 4 of them just dropped. I think Bitcoin went down 5% in one day, and Ethereum and a different one went down 10+% in one day. It was just
who said no?
It was one of them. What's it called? Financial.
Analysts
or something like one of them ones that talk about the economy and markets and shit. Yeah, I don't know. I don't.
They listened to that.
I guess,
but they didn't listen to everybody else saying it was a huge fucking bubble.
Well, apparently, a lot of these financial things like that, they still haven't accepted it as a currency, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I guess it is what it is.
It's the cryptocurrency is the perfect.
But yeah, the market's went down billions of dollars in
currency.
One day. Is what between all those losses apparently.
Are graphics cards going down in price?
That I don't know.
Because that's what I care about.
Falling. Yeah, they've been falling.
That's what Chris said. Not this Chris.
They're back to around MSRP or under now. Actually.
That's what Chris said. I didn't believe him, but that's what he said. He just got a new graphics card too. I think
that's cool.
$700 one, of course.
They all went from crypto to Magic the Gathering. So
fall for the 2080
right price.
Ooh, did he fall for
right
that?
Price?
What?
They all went from crypto to Magic the Gathering collecting. So
that was a theory too.
Yep.
Yeah, that the cryptocurrency flattened out, so all the investors or wannabe investors moved into a different market, which was Magic the Gathering, which has a very stable. It had a very stable market.
Yep.
Because you could predict slow rises
Yep.
in old cards, but no, they came and they ass fucked that market. Like these
bought it
investors, literally bought it out. There's like, for the first Magic the Card set, there's maybe like 6,000 prints of one rare, and all of them gone. Like people with that much capital could buy that shit out.
I'm just hoping that a lot of them
Dan
got.
Bach.
I'm just hoping that a lot of like the fake like
Fuck Dan Bach.
I'm just hoping a lot of the fake like Power 9 and shit was bought by them, and they just get fucked over eventually.
Yeah.
You mean the ones that the guy like you know how they had the beta that's like not like
Oh, Dark Beta. Yep.
Dan Bach is one of those people too, though, that rip off kids.
Yeah.
So just want to preface that. He's kind of like, he's like
It's to the point where like if it's a card that's over like $500, I would probably buy it through either a store, like a store owner that I know, or I'd have to go through like a company that I know is like a big ass company that would make sure things are real.
I would be scared of eBay. I know how to test old cards.
I do too,
but I'd be scared of eBay because you potentially might not. You usually can get your money back, but TCG Player is usually a better one. Like I've had shit happen on TCG Player, and the guy would refund me and keep the card. Like
yep. Well, yeah, they don't want bad rep or whatever. So
yeah,
they gotta
and
fix things
it's
for
like,
you.
dude, I'll give you good rep. You fix that shit.
Yep.
But people who play Magic and listen to this, like, I'll take Magic the Gathering. You better listen, though. If you're thinking about getting into... You have to have a...
It's always the gamble with the postal service, too, if you're going to get your card even.
Yeah, that's true. Or if it's going to get bent.
I bought like a $250... Well, I paid $250 for it, but the card was worth over $300. And it took me over a month to get it because they lost it.
They're just waiting for you to stop and, like, give up.
Well, I searched for
so
it. They couldn't find
resell
it. And then right before I did a refund, the guy who I bought it from, he's like, well, I'll put in 2 and see what happens. And then apparently the next day, all of a sudden I had tracking information in Texas. I'm like, how the fuck was it in Texas? It was from like Massachusetts.
Must
I
have
bought
got
it from.
missorted or something,
Yeah.
or they lost it in the
Yeah, it's pretty fucked up.
system.
Yeah.
But you have to... So anybody listening to this, a cautionary tale, you have to have a lot of disposable income if you are going into Magic. Because there's a lot of people who can't afford Magic that play Magic. And it is a very expensive game. And people foolishly... I've been guilty of this, will spend money that they necessarily don't have to try to get that card before it jumps up in value or before they think they won't get it again. Like, oh, it's fucked up. Like,
and then if you actually sell your cards to people, like unless you like sell it like directly, or like if you like shops are only going to give you like half price, so you better hope it went up enough to where you're making money.
God, I've just cards being worth. Like, I've contemplated buying cards that were $1,000. Like the Tabernacle at the Pendrell Vale, when it was at like
40.
40?
I don't know.
No, when it was at like $900.
Yep.
I was at your house actually, and I was going to buy it.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're like closer to $2K now.
You
right?
had
Yeah, I was because I knew it was going to go higher.
You had
And
that
I'm like,
Tabernacle deck back in the day where you got them for like 40s or less.
the Lands deck, yeah, that was a long time ago.
Well, it's
for
like
Legacy.
I speculated on
45
Grim
lands, it was
Monolith, foil
called.
Grim Monoliths. I was gonna buy them for $200 a piece, and then they shot up to $900 like within a year, and I was pissed that I didn't buy them.
See, I knew that card was going to go up in value at least $200.
I just didn't have the capital really to buy them.
I was going to spend, that's the tax return. I was going to spend my tax return just on that card, essentially. And I was like, it was a bubble. I knew it was a bubble. I knew it was going to go up more, but there's always that chance, like, it might crash.
Well, I saw no reason that it would ever go down, like the Grim Monolith or whatever.
Yep.
I just was like, do I PayPal credit this or do I just like not? And I'm like, I don't want to put it on my PayPal credit, and then I didn't do it.
Yeah, but people listening, can you, like, from what I said, like, he was going to use his PayPal credit to get a card to make a profit, and I almost spent my entire tax return to get one piece of cardboard, one Magic the Gathering card, knowing that I was, knowing is, not really knowing, but I knew there was like a 90% chance I was making
Shit,
at least
probably like on an old car like that,
$200
probably
on that.
98% chance you were gonna make money.
Exactly,
on that.
and now it's over $2,000.
I think
isn't
so.
It?
You might be able to find them under maybe.
Yeah, I would have held it. I would have held it for like 6 months maybe.
Yeah.
And I would have made another $1,000.
Yep, exactly.
Double my return. See, that's the thing though. Like I knew it was going to happen, but did I have the money to do it?
It's like my Alpha Lands. Bought them for $2 something a piece. Now they're like 20 something to $30 a piece.
I still regret getting rid of my beta swamps. Like I should have never have done that.
I think they're all about $30 a piece now. So like I'm like, oh, I have 20 of each. I'm like, I have like $1,200 worth of like Alpha Lands right now.
Yep. It's hard moving them, but
Yeah.
they're there. Like people didn't want to buy them for 3s or 2s, and when I was buying them out.
Yeah, that's people at stores though.
And then when the
Most
buyouts
people
started
don't wanna-
happening, guess who moved on lands? Everybody, and started buying them out.
Yep.
Fucking assholes.
It's the most stable thing to invest in, other than power, I guess.
True.
This is a bunch of old men yelling at cardboard.
Yep, pretty much.
All right, do you guys have any closing statements or anything else you wanted to bring up? Like, what? Okay, so are any of you guaranteed to buy Fallout 76 regardless of what you've seen so far? Like,
I don't
none
know,
of
man.
you
I'd have
pre-ordered
to-
it.
No, I didn't.
Like I said, I didn't play 4, so
So yeah, then I doubt you would.
I know Joey pre-ordered it, but I
Joey
Play the
might.
beta.
I'm gonna wait till the
Yeah.
game's released before I
Yeah.
pull the trigger. But I'm a huge Fallout fan. I want it to be good.
I think the last game I bought before it came out was Fallout 4. No, Stick of Truth. No, it's
Fractured
one of the
Butthole.
two. Fractured Butthole. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, the Fractured Butthole.
Yeah, I remember. I think when you pre-ordered Fallout 4, I pre-ordered Fallout 4 too, like because I knew that game was gonna be dope as fuck. But Red Dead Redemption, Red Dead Redemption and Fallout 76 are right now gonna be like, they're still coming out and they're gonna be like the most hyped shit this year so far. It's insane how much they're gonna sell just off of hype alone.
They'll still sell less than GTA 5 because Rockstar's still milking that.
GTA 5 is so good though. All right, any closing statements?
If anyone would like to send me any free packs for Magic the Gathering, feel free to ask for my information.
Shut up.
I'm just kidding.
On Arena or like physical?
Physical.
No one's sending you shit physical. Dude, shut up.
I'll open them. I'll put a video of me opening them.
Oh shit! Oh shit! We're gonna have a YouTube playlist, another channel, separate channel from this. It's gonna be box opening and
Just
stuff.
send us shit and we'll open it and we'll put it on. We'll put it on.
Yeah, we would do that if
We'll get a
people
PO
sent
box
us
if
shit.
there's enough people who want us to do it. We'll do it.
And then they'll send you.
Let's wait, Ross. Let's wait to
then-
beg. Let's
then they'll
wait.
send a turd in a box because he asked for it.
Let's monetize first, Ross. Once we
You're
get
right.
actual viewers. All right, everybody, like and subscribe. Hit the bell, hit the likey, the thumbs uppy. Let us know if you want us to talk about anything specific, what you liked hearing, what you didn't like hearing, and just let us know how we're doing. I mean, we don't have many people watching right now, but it's always good having that little bit of input
Yep.
so we could better ourselves. But we'll catch you next time.
See you.